Hello everyone, Pigmoney here, kicking off the Reloaded series with the first episode of the Stock Investment Challenge. If you've been following the channel, you will know that as of the first day of 2025, I am sharing my stock investment strategy and monitor the progress in the form of monthly update videos. If you want to see how my portfolio develops, how profitable stock investments can be from a retail perspective, and if I can beat the market with my individual stock picks, make sure you subscribe and watch my videos every month. You can expect 3 things in each episode: a fully transparent summary of my stock investments with some general market analysis, a deep dive into one of the stocks in my portfolio, and an introduction of a new stock on my watch list waiting for a proper entry. Let's jump right in and start this video with a full disclosure of my stock picks. My portfolio starts with being 54% in profit after 2 years of active investing. That's basically a 25% annual profit on average, which is absolutely fantastic. It means that I have outperformed the market by a multiplier of 2. If I can keep this up, I will be happy with the results and I will declare the challenge to be complete. In my portfolio, I have mostly tech stocks from Nasdaq, betting on the relentless growth of these companies, but I also have some European stocks as well, just to make sure that I can actually make some money from dividends. As I'm based in Europe, I only get a fraction of what is paid by American companies, so I am trying to arrange my portfolio in a way that it is diverse enough. Most of my investment picks are in profit. Usually it is only a question of time until they turn green. The ones that are in red are mostly recent entries, and the ones massively in profit are mostly buys from at least a year ago, if not more. Now, let's see some basic technical indicators to make some estimations for the future. The last month of 2024 was mostly red. There was a bit of a year-end profit taking going on, but nothing concerning. From a very basic technical perspective, we are still in an easily recognizable uptrend. As long as we are not breaking down on this channel, I am not worried and I am not going to invest heavily. Obviously, I will take my chances if I see a bargain scenario with a stock being oversold for reasons that are only temporary. In the near future, I am expecting some volatility. I mean, if I take a look at this trend on the weekly chart of the Nasdaq 100, it is clear that this bull run has been basically intact since November 2022. Historical patterns would suggest that a major correction would be in order by now. Considering previous uptrends, most of them lasted for about 2 years and then took a breather before getting back on track. That being said, with the incoming new administration in the US, the general consensus is that the changes will be investor-friendly. Conservative governments were usually considerate about the state of the markets, so that gives hope that this current trend will be extended for several more years. Obviously, it is almost impossible to come up with a precise estimation so far ahead, but I think this is the most likely outcome: bullish uptrend with some shocks and corrections along the way. One of the best performing stocks I have in my portfolio is Spotify. I entered at the end of 2022 when the price was hovering just about $75, which was a historical low point. At the time, there were serious concerns about the profitability of the platform. The entire music streaming landscape was uncertain. There were artists complaining about payout, and all things considered, the fate of Spotify was not obvious at all. However, I had a strong conviction of the company being a robust and unavoidable player in the field, and given their track record of innovation and growth combined, I was sure that they will find a way to turn profits. Checking the technical side of things, I identified a bullish divergence on the weekly chart. Not long after my entry, they signed Joe Rogan, started rolling out new features that would prove my point right. Today, my holding is up 500% and I have no intention of selling for a few more years at least. I'm quite sure that Spotify will be to the music industry what Google is for web search today. There is a question I usually ask when I buy into a high conviction stock: is the company offering anything valuable for the next generation of consumers? The answer in the case of Spotify is an easy yes. If you have kids around, you will probably notice that listening to music or podcasts for them basically equals launching Spotify and consuming content from there. My watchlist stock in December was Nestlé. I'm sure that the company needs no detailed introduction. I consider it to be the European equivalent of PepsiCo. They have an insane amount of brands under their umbrella. I have been watching Nestlé as I wanted to diversify my stocks with some European ones that pay a decent dividend. The fundamentals are convincing. The stock is among the few that, in my opinion, is a must-have in a balanced portfolio. The technical side of things also looks good. Checking the weekly chart, it shows that the stock is oversold and has been sliding down on the bottom line of the Bollinger Band for quite some time. Furthermore, this level of 70-ish Swiss francs has been a rather strong support line for several years. To be honest, this stock should not really be in the watchlist group anymore, as I pulled the trigger just yesterday and added the stock to my portfolio, but nonetheless, it has been on my radar for so long, waiting for the right time to enter. I feel like I just had to include it in this category. Alright guys, this was the first episode of Pigmoney Reloaded stock series. I hope you like the content. Feel free to drop a comment if you have some suggestions about stocks or if you have any questions. I have included a link to the Google Sheet chart that tracks all of my stock investments. Don't hesitate to check it out. Also, there's an official invitation link to eToro. If you feel like joining, please use the link so I can measure how many of you are tagging along. Next video is coming around the 1st of February with a progress update, a stock analysis, and a new stock on the watch list. See you soon. Until then, take care. Pigmoney out.